Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Hey now, would you look over there? Long black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take us out there and fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take us out there and fool around. Hey!
Yeah, baby.
Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Like
When you walk over there, All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Rem Report for Friday, October 20th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your friendly football Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by ATScalculator.com. Come on and sign up today and use the ATS Calculator for your NFL and college football picks this weekend. And all you got to do is go to ATScalculator.com, and let's say you want to see the game between Buffalo and the New England Patriots. To go Buffalo, New England Patriots, and then you create the ATS result to see what the line should be and what the total should be, and we're giving you the results down here. Wow, 17.6 for Buffalo, 42.9 for the total, and that's how you can use the ATScalculator.com today. Check it out today, ATScalculator.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's an overcast day here today in the nation's capital, 13 degrees, and hopefully it's nice and sunny where you're at, and hopefully it's, if it is raining, it's raining W's. And hopefully you had a good night in sports handicapping, making your picks last night. Hopefully you'll make it to a cash out Monday. And you know what? Here's the good news. Hey, I didn't sleep at a Motel 6 last night, but the horse we gave out yesterday, Raymond, came in second. So that kind of made my day. Hey, the horse named Raymond at Keeneland in first race came in second. And if you played the Double Dutch betting system, then he paid $480. So you know what? I'll take it with a smile. And anytime you got a horse named Raymond come in, that makes my day right there. All right, got a good show lined up for you guys here today. At the bottom of the hour, we got Gil Melendez going to come in with his double coverage report, and we'll see how Gil did. I know he won that Monday night game. He had Dallas, and there's Gil's website, frogtownsports.com, and Gil will give you an update at 10 a.m. Eastern, so right there, and we'll talk about that today in the NFL. See how his contest picks did, and yeah, so we'll see if we get to you guys some good information today. I did, if you recall, a couple things that I've noticed this week in the NFL. Remember at the beginning of the year, I said, guys, you know what? I think the defensive coordinators have caught up with the NFL, and it's going to be a defensive battle this year in the NFL. I think scoring is going to be down because the defense coordinators are really caught up with the new wave of RPO system, the air raids, and yeah, so hey, scoring averages are down. Defenses are really stepped up. So the crystal ball was right on cue right there, and I also talked earlier this week about third down conversions. Remember I was saying, I wish I can find a website where third down conversions inside the 50 and then the opponent side of the 50. And what I did is I went out and I did a quick survey this morning, and I wanted to see if there was any correlation between third down, scoring averages, and explosive plays in the NFL. Explosive plays are plays that are 20 yards or more higher, and a little bit of some correlations, and I included the point spread. So I'm going to show you guys in just a few minutes what I found there. But if you want to see it and you're in a rush, go to the website, atsstats.com. Unlocking the secret to NFL success, a deep dive into third down conversion, explosive plays, and the standings and scoring averages. And I'll talk about that in just 1 minute. But before we do, let's always go and feed the ponies today. In fact, you know what? I forgot to go and I gotta go get the ponies ready right now. So I'm gonna go to, I think Gulfstream Park is gonna be the horse track we're gonna go to today. Obviously, it's one of my favorite tracks because every time I go to Florida in the winter, I always go and feed the ponies at Gulfstream Park. One minute to post time. I wonder if there's a horse named Raymond today, or maybe a horse named Ron. Any Rons here? Mr. Cashman, all right. Yeah, they're off and running today at Gulfstream Park. And today at Gulfstream Park, race number 1, 12:50 post time, 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. And we're going to recommend in race number 1, the number 5 horse, Burn the Breeze, with Lionel Reyes taking a ride on Burn the Breeze. The number 6 horse, Empire Girl, at 10-1, with Sammy Macho Man Camacho taking a ride on Empire Girl. And the number 3 horse, Tudalu Yal, H.R. Diaz Jr. taking a ride on the 3 horse, Tudalu Yal, 2-1 morning line. And the Cashman is your Joker's value. Look at the Cashman at 30-1, with Nelson taking a ride on the Cashman. And that is your Joker's value play of the day. 5-6-3 today at Gulfstream Park is our recommendation. Now, if you're going to play an exacta today at Gulfstream Park, I'm going to recommend 5-6, 6-3, 3-4. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 5-6-3, 4-6-3 trifecta. Always remember to box those horses. But if you're going to play the double Dutch betting system, I'd go with the Burn the Breeze in the first race, the number 5 horse. Put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 5, Burn the Breeze. And hopefully Lionel Reyes will come in on first or second and win you some money today at Gulfstream Park. All of your races free today at Gulfstream Park. Let me take a look at the horses, see if there's any Rons or Raymonds going here today. I don't see anything just yet. If there is, then you know it's a sign. We got to go bet it, right? And let me see anything relating to that. Classified Top Maverick. Nope. So you know what? Probably you don't want to get too greedy, right? We did all right yesterday. All right. So don't forget, bet the ponies today at Gulfstream Park using our tip sheet right here at atsstats.com. All right. Let's go ring the bell before Gil comes in this morning. And let's go see what the NHL did last night in the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And what we do each and every morning is we go to the SBI to see what the favorites, underdogs, over-unders done last night. And you know what? Look at that, 50-50. Favorites last night, 6-6. In fact, 2 days in a row, you got 50-50 on the favorites and underdogs. Over-unders, same thing last night. Over-unders is 6-6. And the not the road dogs, but the puck line. If you took the underdogs in the NHL, the plus 1.5 pucks, 9-3. So favorites only winning 25%. And I knew there'd be a reversal at some point, but wow, that is quite the reversal. 61.7% the last 7 days in the NHL on the puck line is cash and tickets. And hopefully cash out Monday. 54.6 the last 7 days, but 61.8. That's about the average on the season. 61.8. So what you want to do is look at the first days, third day, 7 day averages, and then find a range that you think that can help you pick your favorites and underdogs. And again, if you're learning the Raymond Report system, always remember what goes up must come down. You know, teams don't win forever, they don't lose forever. You just got to find the right spot to make money, and that's always in my book, the 24-hour rule. And you know what? NBA next week, starting next Tuesday, we're going to get right into the NBA, and looking forward to that. And NFL today in college football, we did yesterday. So if you missed our college football forecast yesterday, all you got to do is go to the website on our YouTube channel and go to the college football or the live stream of yesterday, and we gave you the computer picks on every play. And you know what? Major League Baseball. That's right. Major League Baseball is in full swing in the playoffs. And we talked about that Arizona game yesterday. I said, guys, you know what? That first game at home, you lost 2 in Philly. You're coming back in game 3. I said, when in doubt, get out. Don't touch that game. If you do, I said the run line or the under, and hopefully, every blind squirrel flies a nut sometimes, right? So I didn't play it yesterday. You know, I played Houston. If you're a member of atsstats.com, you know I played the Houston Astros plus 1.5 runs, and momentum. Old Mo is back with the Houston Astros, and a veteran team, right?
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, straight cash for the Houston Astros, and that's what the good teams, they don't panic. And that's the one thing with Houston. They don't panic. They just go up there. They teed off in the first 3 innings. The next thing you know, you blink, it's 7-3. And that's the Houston Astros in a nutshell, right? When you got, and they're healthy again. And when you got your top guys in the lineup, that's what's going to happen, right? And as Stone Cold would say,
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, you look at that, Altuve batting leadoff. You got Bregman, Alvarez, Abreu, Tucker's where's Brantley? No, Brantley's not there. McCormick, Pena, Diaz, Maldonado. And you look at Texas, man. Texas got some, look at Texas, like looking at the Dodgers, Simeon, Seager, Carter, Garcia. Yeah, so they, both these teams got really potent lineup. The good news for Texas today, Jordan Montgomery is going today. I think it's Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Montgomery, 10-11. He was a pickup in the offseason again for St. Louis, the lefty, and he's been great. He's been a really good acquisition for the Texas Rangers. He's going today, and this is going to be an interesting matchup. Now, obviously, to me, this could be your World Series, to be honest, Houston and Texas. But if Philly doesn't get their act together here on the road. Philly's the only thing with Philly I'm a little concerned about is they don't do well on the road. And I'll show you that in a second. But looking at today's line, minus 115. If you look around, you can probably get pick 'em lines all over the place. And so Texas going with Montgomery. Justin Verlander going with the Houston Astros. And let's take a look at Verlander's record at home this season. He's 13-8, 3.22 ERA. And at home, or on the road this year, Verlander, nothing changes, 3.20 ERA, a whip of 120, and he's pitched 76 innings. He's 7-3 on the road. He's better on the road record-wise, and strikeouts to 9 innings, 7.3, and only walks 3.1 per 9. So you know what? Verlander, future Hall of Famer. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? It's Verlander, eh? He's gonna be solid. All right, Houston 7-3, Texas 7-3 the last 10, and looking at the value index 131. Hey, you know what? You got to go with old momentum, and that to me is Houston Astros. So I'm gonna ride that gravy train again today. I'm gonna take Houston plus 1.5 runs. And I like that Geico insurance. Yeah, it's a little chalky, but you know what? If it's a 4-3 game, I feel kind of good. Well, let me just see what the books are telling us what the run line is. Yeah, minus 207. So so minus 207 plus 1.5 run, minus 107 if you want it. But I prefer to play a little bit of the run line. And you know what? We're getting to that point in baseball and playoffs in general. When you play like these 4 out of 7s, I normally stop betting them like game 3, game 4, right? Because then it's just the value's gone. So if I do play today, it'll be Houston plus 1.5 runs. And if I go look at the other game, I think Arizona, that was their one shot right there. Nice win yesterday for Arizona. Hey, in the 9th. Today you got Joe Mantiply going, and so it's a bullpen day for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And some plays Taccone here, so who knows who's going to go here, but Christopher Sanchez is going to go for the Phillies. I got Philadelphia winning this one. Minus 135 is good value, and actually it's overvalued. I got 121, so I do like Philadelphia to bounce back from yesterday. And it's going to be a bullpen by committee type day for the D-backs. D-backs, if they're going to get into this one, they got to win this one. You don't want to go back to Philly down 3-1 because it'll be good night Irene, right? All right, so there you have it. That is my Philadelphia, my baseball predictions today. I like Philly and Houston, and we'll see what happens. All right, so before we get to Gil at the bottom of the hour, you guys know I was talking to you guys about the so earlier in the week, what I was talking about is third down conversion, right? And explosive plays, scoring averages, and you're looking at the defenses this year, but which team is really good on third down? And I wish there was a website where I can go and see third down conversions on the teams inside their 50 and third down conversion on the teams other side of the 50, right? That'd be a fun stat to analyze. And explosive plays. At the end of the day, you got to have explosive plays in the NFL. And you look at some of the powerhouses team like the Miami Dolphins. They're averaging 37 points per game. They're ranked second in the league in 20-plus yards explosive plays per game. And their defense, though, giving up 26 points per game. So Miami, a good team. Defensively, they got to tighten it up. And their ability to convert on third downs at 44.07 puts them in a really strong position, right? So Miami, third down is really good on converting. San Francisco ranked second on offense, first in defense. Yeah, they got everything going. Their third down conversion rate's at 43.9. Explosive plays decent. And Buffalo Bills. Look at the Buffalo Bills. Their offensive scoring. Let me see. Defense, they're third. Let me see. I got their right here. Let me go to their offensive scoring. Buffalo Bills, third in the league, averaging 28 points per game and giving up 14. So that's what you want, right? You want balance. You look at San Francisco, you look at balance. Kansas City, where's their offense? Hey, where's Kansas City? Ranked 10th. And I still think Kansas City's the team to be, right? Like Ric Flair says.
To be the man, you gotta be the man.
Yeah, to me, it's and when you think of Kansas City, and I'll get to that in just 1 second, you don't think of their defense, right? Their defense, look at their defense. It's ranked second along with San Francisco, giving up. There are only 3 teams giving up 2 touchdowns a game. That's San Fran, Kansas City, and Buffalo. So you don't really, when you think Kansas City, you're not thinking defense. Now that Chris Jones is back, maybe you do. But Detroit, look at Detroit on defense, giving up 18 points per game. Ranking 4th in scoring. Third down conversion rate is tied with the Rams at 42.17, and they rank 1st in the league in explosive plays. So, man, that's really, hey, you are what your record says you are, right, Bill? And strugglers, yeah, struggling. Hey,
Struggling.
yeah, the strugglers. Hey, where's Joe Namath when you need him? Right on cue.
Struggling.
Yeah, the New England Patriots ranked 31st on offense, 24th on defense.
Struggling.
Yeah, and a third down conversion rate, 35.2. And you know what's funny is like sometimes in the afternoon, being a football coach, I'm an offensive minded guy, and I watch different offenses and RPO. And the other day, I was watching the clinic on Alabama coach, wide receiver coach, talking about RPOs, and Mac Jones was the film I was watching, and I was like, man, his RPO game was really good. But in the National Football League, you can have all the RPO games you want. Like, defenses win championships, and when you play in college football, when let's say you got a team like Ohio State, Clemson, on any given time on the field, you're gonna have about 6, 7 5-star recruits. In the NFL, there's 11 5-star recruits on the field, right? So just those 1 or 2 players in college that you can pick on, or teams you can pick on, you're going to really do well. And that's what gets you really promoted and drafted to the NFL, right? But when you get to the NFL, defense coordinators spend all day watching film. They spend all day watching film, so they're going to pick on your strengths and really try to explore more your weaknesses. So that's what they want to take advantage of, right? New York Giants, lowest scoring average in the league. Defense ranks 28. Man, my poor buddy Chris, his Giants, not having a good, not good. And third down conversion rate, 39.1. So there you have it. That is some of the stuff that I talked about here. The balance, balance is key, right? 49ers, Bill, very balanced when it comes to offense, defense. Explosive play, the Lions and the Dolphins, they can really, hurt you with one big play, right? Sometimes, and you hear it all the time. I hear it at coaches' clinics all the time. When you boil down a game and you resume a game at the end, it really boils down to 6 plays, 6 to 8 plays, and it really comes down to explosive plays. Like, if in a football game, an offense can have anywhere from 50 to 75 plays on offense. And at the end of the day, you can really, and what do you do when you watch football games, right? You remember those 2-3 plays that really cost that team the win or the loss, right? Third down conversions are crucial, as you can imagine. And teams that succeed in that aspect are the Bills and the Chiefs. And hey, you know what? Maybe those are the teams you're going to see in the AFC conference final, right? So there you have it. That is something to chew on, a little bone to chew on that. And third down conversion rate when you're watching this weekend, think of the Rain Report, think of this episode, right? This segment. And hey, and when you're handicapping, you got to take this in consideration, right? Take down third down considerations, explosive plays, and teams that have. I saw Cleveland. I thought Cleveland had a lot of explosive plays too, or lack of. I got to go back and look at those stats again. I did it this morning real quickly. I wanted to bring it to the show, but yeah, that's what happens when you got a 10 a.m. show, right? You got to be quick. All right, let's speaking of quick, before Gil gets on, let's take a look at the computer picks for this weekend. And let me just recap here. Last night, so Jacksonville and the Saints, the computer pick had 20-16 for New Orleans. The Raiders taking on the Chicago Bears. Now, the Raiders, a 3-point favorite against the Chicago Bears. I got Chicago losing this weekend. Actually, winning, sorry. 19.1 to 19.04. The over-under landing on 38.21. Look how close these numbers are in the total. 38.21 and then 38 right there. All right, good morning, Ron and Bullpen. CFL lean, says Daryl Turner and his other brother, Daryl. Yep. I'll get to the CFL after the Gil segment. I generated those stats yesterday, so we'll get to that, Daryl. And thanks for pointing that out. And let me see the line on the game. I had minus 3.79 for the Raiders and 30. Let me see for the Bears plus 4. So right there, fair market value. All right, the New York Giants struggling big time. Washington Commanders 3-3. Hey, Commanders respectable 3-3, taking on the G-men this weekend in New Jersey. 2.5 points the line, 37.5 is the total, and I do have Washington winning 21-19, the over/under at 40.5, and we're gonna give the Commanders a 48.4% chance of winning. Forgot to give you the cow here. I got the Raiders. See, this is one thing that's interesting with the computer picks. Sometimes the forecast will lean to one side, but the percentage play will lead to the other, right? So kind of like that, and it's just indicators. And if you follow the Rain Report, it's all about finding enough indicators leaning to one particular side to give you confidence on your selection, right? So when you're doing your picks, you're doing your research. What I call these indicators, and you got to do like your checklist. Okay, that check, and those are my indicators. And the more indicators I can make a case for one side, then that makes the cut for one of my picks. All right, so we do like the Commanders here. All right, the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. Man, I'm reading reports that Bill's on the hot seat. Really? How can you put your Hall of Fame head coach on the hot seat? To me, loyalty has to matter. And it's just, you weren't thinking of cutting him when he's winning his Super Bowls. And why would you think of cutting him right now, right? Unless it's toxic in the dressing room, then you have no choice. But I doubt that's the case. When you got a Hall of Fame head coach and he's won you 5-6 Super Bowls, I'm sorry, but loyalty matters. Loyalty matters, and here's the keys. Let me close up when you're done. That's how I would. If I'm an owner of an NFL team and Bill Belichick has won me 5-6 Super Bowls, carte blanche. Here you go, Bill. Here's the keys. Let me know when you're done. We'll call it a night or a career. But yeah, I think that's loyalty matters to me. All right, 26-15, the over/under at 41.5, and the Bills 87.1% chance of winning over the Patriots. Can you look at the Buffalo Bills half spread covering success in week 1? Can you look at the Buffalo Bills half spread covering success since week 1? I'm not sure I understand that question. Can you look at the Buffalo Bills half spread? Before halftime? I don't have those stats. Sorry there, Daryl. All right, Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now the Buccaneers are 2.5 point favorite. 19.37 is the total. I do got the Bucks. I do like Baker Mayfield to bounce back this weekend. He didn't have a good week last week against the Lions, but keep in mind it's the Detroit Lions. Detroit's not your Wayne Fonts type of Lions, right? These are not your old Detroit Lions. This is a new and improved Detroit Lions. And the thing that Detroit has done is that they've gotten better every year. And I'll talk about them in just 1 second. So I do have the Bucks winning this weekend, 21-19, the over/under at 40.5. And we're going to give Atlanta a 50.9% chance of winning. So you say we got a fighting chance? Yep. And the last 4 games for the Falcons have gone under, while Tampa Bay, they're on 6 days rest. Last three have gone under. Look at the Kogo, 91%. 91%. That's really high. And I do have the VI at minus 5.7. Tampa Bay minus 2.5. I like Tampa Bay this weekend. All right, Detroit taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Now the Ravens off a 24-16 win over Tennessee. That game, I believe that game was in London last week, right? So no rest for the wicked. Get right off the plane, get back to practice, get in the film room, and get your body clock back in to North American Standard Time. And for Detroit, well, they're off a 26 win over Tampa Bay. A very defensive game, and but Detroit hung on there, and we're the better team at Raymond James Stadium last weekend. They're on a 4-game win streak, and they're in tough this weekend at M&T Bank Stadium, where the Ravens, they're really tough at home. In fact, let me see what the record is the last 3 years at home. let me go to my dashboard, and let me go right down here. Super database. Hey, Superman. Hey, where's my Red Fox?
Hey, Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it?
Super fly, Bubba.
Super fly, Bubba. Yeah, super database. That's what this is. And Baltimore at home. Don't you love those old sitcom takes? Eh, brings you back to the old days a bit. All right, let me hear. Let's so. Hey, that's where all the what a boomer. Hey, what a boomer that guy is. Hey.
Hey, Fred, that's one of them Superman suits, ain't it?
Super fly, Bubba. Super fly.
Yeah, super fly, Bubba. Oh, 11-8. Not that. Well, that was a little bit better than that. 11-8. That's still good. Look at the under. 6-13. Woo. Yeah, I think we're on to something. Maybe the under is where you want to go in there. All right, so 6-13. Where was I here? We'll go back to my forecast. All right, what's the 43? Maybe the under is where you want to go in this one. And Baltimore 21, Detroit 18. Detroit plus the points. I think that might be something more to investigate. All right, let me see. Can you look at the Buffalo? Yeah, we already did that. Cleveland taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts going in this one as a 3-point home underdog. And you know what? You're going to give me the Colts at +3. And I know that Richardson is now out for the season. And let me just check out the something else right here. And looking at Gardner Minshew. All right, so we're going to go with Minshew. And yeah, so you know what? Looking at Taylor. Let me see. Pierce, questionable. Granson, questionable. Tight end. All right. So, and, you know, questionable. Deshaun Watson, questionable. Okay, and let's take a look right here. You got Cleveland -3. I had the line at -2, and I had +4 for Indianapolis. So, let me check the history between these two teams. Now, one thing I like to do is I go to the Raymond Report, hence the show, the name, hey, the Raymond Report. And let's go to that game between Indianapolis and the Cleveland Browns. Let's take a look at the history between these two teams, if there's much of one. And not that, wow, 8-2. Yeah, Indianapolis, last 10 games, 8-2 against the Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland 1-3 when they visit to Indianapolis. When was the last time they were in Indianapolis? And it was 2017, and it was a 31-28 victory for the Indianapolis Colts. 2017 was Peyton Manning there, maybe? It was, when did Manning leave? No, it was before that, right? All right, so let's go to the next one, and then we'll see if our good friend Gil Melendez is ready to go. All right, Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals losing last week. You know what? Cardinals last week in LA, first half, looked pretty good. And then the adjustments in the second half were made. Then Seattle, LA went on to win. And LA was my top play last week, was my premium pick. And I was sweating it out a bit. I got to admit, I was sweating it out just a bit. But you know what? The Rams did made better adjustments in the second half than Arizona. And we got the win, 26-9. Seattle, a loss to the Bengals, 17-13. You know what? I watched that game, and I thought that the offense coordinator played a really interesting matchup on offense. Some of the formations, and he went with double running backs in the backfield, RPO action. I thought it was a really good game plan. And you know what? You're in Cincinnati. Hey, you're not in Cleveland anymore. You're in Cincinnati. Hey, was it Weiss? Sam Weiss? Hey, giving it to the Cleveland fans there, the old snowball game. Hey, you're not in Cincinnati. You know what? I got to get that soundbite. There's a good idea. Get a soundbite. You're not in Cincinnati. You're not in Cleveland anymore. All right, -7.5, 44.5 is the total, and we're gonna go with Seattle 28-17. The over/under at 46.2. So we do like that game to fly over the total. And when we come back, we'll do the other games. And but before we do, let's go see if Gil Melendez is ready, and then we'll bring on Gil into the show.
Welcome, Frogtown Sports, to the podcast, home of the most favorable pick, sharing knowledge and insight gathered over the past 25 years in the NFL. Situations to look out for, red flags to avoid, and stats that are relevant to help us find that likely cover. Now, here's your sports handicapping host and the curator of NFL angles.
1, 2, 3.
Ron Raymond and Gil Melendez.
Gil the Thrill Melendez on a Football Friday. How you doing, Gil?
Good. Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good. It's always good when it's Friday, right? There's a special vibe in the air. It's it's fall. I don't know, it's 14 degrees here. I don't know what it is, but Celsius.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit in the States, but leaves are turning. Football's here. College football is getting a little more serious. The world, playoff baseball, hockey, NBA. Man, it's a good day to be alive.
It is. It's nice and cool here. We actually have an overcast day. We're going to have rain today. The leaves are falling.
Yep.
Perfect football weather, comfort food weather. Get the chili on the stove.
Yeah, good weather to watch The Bachelor, right?
Yeah, that's right. I got to go. I got that recorded. I'm behind 2 episodes.
You scarred me with that, eh?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a tough show, Gil. Eh? We're supposed to be a meat and potato show, and you bring on The Bachelor here.
That's right. The Golden Bachelor. Talking about those old shows, bringing back old memories with Red Fox there.
Yeah, Sanford.
I mean, those shows today. I mean, they couldn't air today.
Oh, no.
I mean, there's a lot of
Archie Bunker,
everybody
all those guys.
They all be canceled.
Yeah, they'd be canceled for sure. But you know what? I like bringing all these old segments because it brings you back memory lane, and I know it makes some of the boomers chuckle out there, right?
Right. Well, that's what you're saying. Like the first half lines, the gentleman wanted to get some stats. I'm the same way. I'm just starting to look at those, but this boomer here also has not gotten into that yet. But I'm still trying to master the full games.
Yeah, no, and I say it all the time, right, Gil? I said, to me, it's about less is more, and and I always compare fantasy sports and gambling or sports betting to like Red Bull and Pepsi. You know what I mean? Like Red Bull is high energy, like you're probably up 48 hours after drinking one, but then it's so much to consume, and when you're in fantasy sports, you're really analyzing like 20 players on a hockey team, 55 players on a football team, and then you multiply that by the number of teams, and it's like, okay, whoa, this is really a lot of my Excel sheet here.
That's it.
And then when you do sports betting, it's just one team. And I and then I treat it like the stock market, and I go, all right, let's shop for value and play the percentages, and let's go find a winner today. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely. Also, I have to give you your professional, your kudos for the defense this year, because I was just watching a segment. I don't know if it was ESPN or Fox. They were talking about how the unders have been, a streaking this year, and how many unders there are. I don't know if you have that stats.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
But they were talking about the unders, and you were just talking about maybe going under with the Baltimore too. But yeah, for whatever reason, the scores are staying low. And it's something to definitely keep tracking.
Just look at I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the last since week 3. So week 3, 68.8% of the games went under. Week 4, 56.3 went under. Week 5, 64.3. Week 6, 80% went under.
Wow.
But this just shows you what I said at the beginning of the year. You give defensive coordinators film, and here's the thing, Gil. That's a great point. Week 1 and 2. Well, week 1 unders again. Week 2, 81 point. Really, just 1 week had the overs of week 2. So defense coordinators did their homework this year. They got into the lab. They started looking at the offense, and they said, okay, how do we shut down these RPO quarterbacks? Because you get the Goffs, the Baker Mayfields, the pocket passers. Then it's about coverages, right? But once you start incorporating RPOs, then you're mixing, linebacker. You're giving linebackers a lot to do. You're putting a lot of stress on defensive end to either contain or crash. So it's a lot of stress on the individual players. But you're right. And let's here, I'll bring up the standings to see which teams. And I don't know if you saw it there, but Baltimore at home the last 3 years, really impressive record at home to the under. And let me see, where's the standings? And I'll bring up the NFL. And let's see which team has the best under record right now. And sure enough, the New Orleans Saints, 6-1. Last night's the only game that went over. The Patriots 5-1, Minnesota 5-1. Las Vegas 5-1, Tennessee 5-1, Atlanta 5-1. And you know what, Gil? All these quarterbacks that we're talking about, these teams, New Orleans, Carr, pocket passer. Mac Jones, pocket passer. Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, pocket passer. Garoppolo, pocket passer. Tennessee, pocket passer. Ritter, pocket passer. Like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones can be explosive. And but then and then the X factor, Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. But you see all these unders with these pocket passers. Hey, I think you're onto something there, buddy.
No, you're the one who brought up the defense. So, but just keep looking at, keep an eye on that for as we move forward. So, maybe the second half it'll start going over. Everybody start blowing up.
Yep, there you go. And I talked about, I don't know if you heard at the beginning of the show, I talked about third down conversion rates and explosive plays. It's an article that people can read on the website. That I think it's also. It's funny when you watch a football game. Something will. You'll hear it once. Then subconsciously it's recorded, and then and then you start thinking about it, and then you hear it on another broadcast, and you're like, you know what? I think we're onto something here with this third down conversion stuff. But all right, Gil, how did you? The big question here. I always forget we should talk before the show here and to see. Hey, I don't want to set you up here, but are you still a survivor, Gil?
I'm still alive.
There you go. Right on, Gil's still alive.
Ticket. I'm still on tilt with the Baltimore. With the Baltimore loss that the refs gave away, but again, that's what happens. That's why you have to get a couple of entries. But yeah, we're still alive in the Survivor. We're behind in the circa millions. We need to make a run here. We're 2 games behind 500 right now, so we'll get streaking.
Oh, did I lose Gil? Oh, did I lose Gil the Thrill right there? Let me see here. There you go. Oh,
I don't know what happened. We lost each other.
Yeah, there you go. You're back, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, we were talking about streaking, and then everything went off.
Yeah.
no one wants to see me streaking.
YouTube just censored us today.
That's right. Well, this guy's going to start taking it off.
Take the Raymond report off. Hurry up. He's going to streak.
So like you said, we're starting to get a feel of all the teams. We're 7 weeks in. And so we'll see what happens. But right off the bat, it looks like, I came on just in time to hear you talk about Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go against each other again this week. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Why break a good thing going, right?
Yeah. So I like the Falcons here in this position. The Falcons are 0-5-1. Against the spread, despite having the 4th-ranked defense in the league, overall defense, and over the last 2 weeks, they've also outstatted the Houston and Washington, and I don't think they're getting the respect. Like we were talking about defenses right now, so we got the 25th overall offense with Baker and Tampa going up against the 4th-ranked defense. It's a division game. I like this to stay within a field goal. We're getting the 2.5 points.
Yep.
So, it's not the full 3, but they are showing a little respect to Atlanta, giving them that extra, that half there. But, Atlanta is 6-1 in their first back-to-back road games away. They're 4-1 in their last 5 division games. And while Tampa Bay is 1-5 in the division home, when their record is when they're favored by 5 or less. So I like the division game. I think I like the defense. I think it's going to stay close. And then one stat that I did get off of ATSstats.com that tells us that the Falcons are 8-3 as away dogs of 0 to 3 points versus conference opponents, and 7-3 away off 1 lost exact. So that's where we're going. We're going to lean towards Atlanta. It looks like it's a public and sharp play.
Okay.
The line. I mean, the splits show that 27% of the tickets are on Atlanta. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a contrarian bet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a contrarian play. 27% of the picks are on Atlanta, and 19% of those tickets of the cash are on Atlanta.
Okay.
So it is a true contrarian. A lot of people are on Tampa Bay. Looks like the public and the sharps are on it.
Uh-oh.
So
Uh-oh.
right now,
I'm in the wrong pool.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
swimming
right.
with the Sharks.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
no, the minnows, not the Sharks.
That's what it looks like. So we'll see what happens. Again, overnight the line hasn't changed much. The split lines I'm talking about, and we'll see what happens come Sunday morning at noon. But as of right now, it's a contrarian play, and I like the division dog here.
Yeah, and you know what? I got a message last week that somebody watching the show, and they loved the segment where you talk about the line splits, and they were asking, where does he get these line splits? And I want to follow more. So for the players out there who want to learn more about line splits, and Gil has a tip sheet called the Double Coverage Report. If you go to his website, frogtownsports.com, go to the website, scroll down, and click on Double Coverage Report. It's going to take you to frogtownsports.com. And what Gil does each and every weekend, starting to this morning at 10 a.m., he probably after the show, he's going to give his clients the tip sheet on his pre-look on what he's thinking this weekend, and then he updates it at 12 noon on Sunday, 7 p.m. game, and then Monday at 10 a.m. and then Monday at 7 p.m. And it's frogtownsports.com, and you want to get this tip sheet. And if you love the line splits, like we've got, a lot of players, Gil, are texting, emailing me saying, hey, where do we learn more about this line split? So I think you've got some players who are really intrigued about that. And we talked about this earlier this year. Everybody, I always say, when you're handicapping, you're building your robot. And my robot is analytics along with my RAM report 5 fundamentals. You're big on the line splits and the tickets, and people are intrigued on learning new things, right? So maybe we can talk a little bit about that before we get to your next play, and talk about the double coverage report.
There is so much, and I'm still learning. As a matter of fact, I'm going to. There are actual angles and trends now developing with these splits.
Evolving, right?
Yeah, it's evolving, and I'm going to really start again, delve into this more. Again, it's only been the last 2 years I've really been getting into it. I'm a situational handicapper, and again, I like the data that shows us what the bookmakers are saying, what the sharps are saying, and what the public is saying. So it can tell a story.
Yep.
But I use scoresandodds.com. You can see splits pretty much everywhere now. I don't know how they compare. I noticed that I have looked at splits before that are from different websites, and they have been different. So the only suggestion I make, I use scoresandodds.com. Again, they've been around since we've been around.
Since sliced bread?
Since 25 years. 25 years.
Since The Bachelor?
Mm-hmm, since The Bachelor. I mean, when it was just a spreadsheet on their website, and now they've gotten big. But if you go to scoresandodds.com and you go to the NFL, and right in the beginning, right on the top, towards the top there, it's really hard to find, but it says splits. You click on that, and you can see. Also, again, I'm gonna try to get some more information up on the line, and starting next week, I'm going to start having some of the premium picks on your website as well. So I'm gonna do like a couple of pick packages, and then we can talk about splits online too.
Okay, so. Awesome. All right, let's get to the next game, and that's the game between the Chargers and the Chiefs. And let's see.
Yeah.
Bring that game up this weekend.
Like again, another division game here. The Chiefs is they haven't been blowing anybody out.
Yep.
I'm expecting pretty much the same here in this division fight, but the Chiefs and they're pretty much the same. They're actually 17 points per game difference. They both have. On average this year, they both have scored 15 touchdowns, and all the Chargers keep them close. They're 2-3 this year, but their 3 losses are by 2 points, 3 points, and 2 points respectively, and that's against Miami, Tennessee, and Dallas. So they are strong opponents. If we were going to say that they're keeping these games close,
Yeah, good
but
point.
all of them have been close. But I like this this game. The Chargers are 8-1 as an away division dogs at plus 3.5 to plus 6.5, and I'm looking for, and that also came from ATSstats.com. But I'm looking for this to be a one possession game come the witching hour.
Yeah, you know what? That they're what I label a Pepto-Bismol team, because you're going to need a bottle of Pepto when you watch them, because they keep it so close within. Like, yeah, that's a great. I didn't even notice that they were that close of a margin of defeat and wins right there. Wow, that's and you know what? If you read the reports, or you listen to the podcasts, or the mainstream media, they want Staley out like yesterday. But and then you look at the inside the numbers, and you say, wow, you know what? Okay, I get it. And Herbert's taking a little bit of flack, but man, this team is in there. And look at they play the Cowboys, the Raiders, Vikings. Okay, Dolphins are tough, Titans are tough, Vikings so-so, Raiders so-so, and Cowboys are tough. So yeah, the schedule has not been favorable. Kansas City played Denver, not a good year. Vikings, not a good year. The Jets, man, here's the thing with the Jets. They beat they beat some good teams. They beat the Bills. They beat the Eagles. Like,
and 500.
Yeah, and Zach Wilson's the Rodney Dangerfield of quarterbacks right now. He's getting no respects, and it just all he does is
straight cash, homie.
Straight cash. And let me see, the Bears. Well, hey, as Denny Green would have said,
the Bears are what we thought they were.
Bears are what we thought they were.
They're what we thought they were.
Yeah. Then you got the Jaguars. Jacksonville's, you know what? They're like Detroit. They've taken another step. And then the Lions. So, hey, you know what? Both this is going to be a great game. Good division game.
Yeah.
And you like the Chargers in this one? I
do. I like the points, division. And I do. I think it's going to come down to, again, one possession. And is this a Sunday night game?
Yeah, I got it at 4:25. It's
just
afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay. And last thing is, when you look at the splits, this one is the one that we're on the side of the public and the sharps. It's 75% of the tickets are on the Chargers, and 83% of the money of those tickets are on the Chargers. So this is, again, one that we can hopefully see the money come down, well, both those numbers to come down to feel a little more comfortable. But hey, these come in too. Sometimes the public and the sharps are on the same game, and
yeah, and you know what? You look at the last 4 meetings between these teams; it's all been a touchdown or less. Like in 2021, it was 30-24 for the Chargers, and then the second game was 34-28 for the Chiefs, then 27-24 for the Chiefs, and then 30-27. So hey, the short history between Mahomes and Herbert has been really close games. So yeah, get that bottle of Pepto, because you might need it this Sunday at Arrowhead.
It seems like every game you need to Pepto.
Yeah, it's one of those years, eh? But hey, all right, Gil. So if people want to get the double coverage report, again, frogtownsports.com.
Yep, frogtownsports.com. Just come there, shoot me an email if you have any questions. I am going to start bringing up some more data on the splits, and we'll just chug away.
Yeah, chug away. Just keep chopping, right? Right on. All right, buddy. Well, good luck with your selections this weekend. And just to recap, you like the Atlanta Falcons at plus 2.5, and you like the Chargers at plus 5.5. So it's as Norm Peterson would have said, it's a doggy dog world, and we're wearing milk bone underwears.
That's right. In the division games.
In division game. There you go. All right, Gil, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll catch you on a Cash Out Monday.
All right, guys. Good luck, everybody.
All right.
Take care.
That's Gil Melendez, folks, and you can get his double coverage report today at frogtownsports.com, and he said he will start posting his premium picks next week here at the website atsstats.com, and we look forward to that. All right, let's get back to our forecast, and we'll talk about the other LA team, and that's the Rams taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers a 3-point favorite, 44 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Rams in this one off that 26-9 win over the Cardinals. 21.7, 19.6 for the Steelers, the over-under at 41.4. Now, I've been riding the Rams all year, but I think this is the time I get off the bus, and I think I'm no pun intended for Jerome Bettis, the old bus, but maybe I'll jump on the Steelers bandwagon this weekend. I'm kind of liking Pittsburgh this weekend, +3 over the Rams. Chargers over the Chiefs. We got 27-23, the over-under at 50.25. So we got the Chiefs winning by 4. So it's right up there with Gil's prediction of +5. We have Green Bay taking on the Denver Broncos. Now the Broncos, talk about man, back in the day, this would have been probably a good game, right? With Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. Or John Elway, if you want to go back a little bit deeper. But so we do have the Packers winning this one at Mile High. We have Denver winning 22-21, the over-under at 44.2. I'm going to go with LaFleur in this one. When I look at the coaching matchup, I'm going to go with the new school over old school, and I'm going to go with the Packers -1, basically money line. Miami taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a great game right there. This is going to be, hey, you know what? Could be a Super Bowl matchup. We don't know. Philadelphia -2.5. I had the line at -3. And we do have the Eagles. The Eagles winning 28.9 to 25.3. The over-under at 54.2. Thing I don't like about the Miami Dolphins, and it's I've done a lot of research on this over the years. It's strength of schedule, and the strength of schedule of Miami has not been that good. If you look at the teams they've beaten the beatables, right? And their big loss was against the Buffalo Bills, and it was really a spanking. It was 42-21. They played the Giants. They beat the Panthers. 42-21 against the Panthers. They beat the Giants 31-16. They lost to Buffalo 48-20. That was a woodshed game. All right, to beat up on the Broncos 70-20. That's like Texas Tech against Hofstra or something, right? And then you got the Patriots. Patriots not the same. And then the Chargers 36-34. There's the one Gil was talking about, right? Chargers every time a 7-point lesser game. So you know what? Eagles they're the real deal. And I think I think Philadelphia is where you want to lean this weekend. I'm going Philly money line. I think it's a game where it's probably gonna be like that Buffalo game, and it's at Lincoln Financial Field. So yeah, give me the Eagles. I think the Eagles win by 14. San Fran taking on Minnesota. That's your Monday nighter. And we got the 49ers beating the Vikings. Vikings who struggling. Where's my Joe Namath? that one there is even better than Joe. Yeah, what's going on in Minnesota? 24-19, the over-under at 43.9. So we do have this game staying under the total today. And there you have it. That is my predictions on the computer picks. And I gave you some of my leans here this weekend. And did you do NHL? No, I'm going to do NHL in just 1 second. All right, so there you have it. That is the NFL computer picks. Also, when you do, the one thing you want to really consider if you're using the ATS stats computer picks, chance of winning. I love this one right here. And and if you go inside I forgot to mention this when Gil was on air. If you go here and look at this. This is very important for me when I'm handicapping. Strength of schedule, SOS. When the Miami Dolphins are on the road against another A-type team, they're 1-9 straight up, 4-6 against the number. Bad news is though, look at Philly. Philly's not that great against A-type teams. Teams with a 60 or higher win percentage, 3-7. Ooh, boy, you know what? Let me go look at that. Let me go and see which teams that they. Sometimes you got to go inside the numbers to see. Okay, 3-7, but who do they? Which 3 and which 7 did they lose against, right? So go to your dashboard. Hey, look, a tutorial right here. Go to your dashboard, and Bill B is still looking for career number 300, says Scott. Yeah, he'll get it. I hope he gets it with New England, because that's, I hope Bill Kraft didn't say that. I hope he says, you know what, we're thinking of, you can't do that. All right, what was it on Philadelphia? And let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles at home against A-type teams. Let's go last 10. Survey says 3-7. Now, those A-type teams, we're going back to 2020. So Kansas City, all right. So when Kansas City was in Philly, the score was 35-38 for the Chiefs. And then the other game was Philadelphia-San Francisco. That was a playoff game, right? So that was 31-7. 26-17 against the Cowboys. 26-51 against the Cowboys. So that was October and January. So that was a playoff game. And then you got Philadelphia-Tampa Bay. 28-22. That was Tom Brady, right? And then you got 17-11. San Francisco. So, look at these teams. San Fran, Dallas. So these are really good teams. Miami, I don't put them in that classification right now. So I think this is what you really want to look at. When you're handicapping with the Rain Report, go to the PVI SOS, the parity value, strength of schedule. Take the look at the record, the point spread record, the over-under. Well, maybe the overs is where you want to lean. 7-3 for Miami against A-type teams on the road, and 60%, 6-4 for the Eagles on the road. All right, somebody asked me about NHL. Let's go look at the National Hockey League for tonight. You got Columbus hosting the Calgary Flames, and let's go take a look at the Flames record on the year. 2-2, Columbus 1-2. -141 is the line, 6.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with Calgary in this one here tonight. And according to the forecast, 3.5 to 2.7, the over-under to land. Let me get my goalie report ready. Hey, got to get the... Come on, Ron. All right, can't click too quickly here. All right, so the goalies tonight, Elvis has left the building. Merzlekin against Jacob Markstrom. That should be a good goaltending duo right there. -117 was my line, and you got -141. Calgary overvalued tonight. I think Calgary is the play here. They're 1-1 against C-type teams so far this year, and 1-2 against B-type teams. So I'm going to lean with Calgary with the computer picks, and the other game is New Jersey against the Islanders. You know what? I really like New Jersey this year. I think even though, let me see, what's the record? 1-2. Out of the gate slow, and that loss to Arizona really stings. Hey, that one stings. Detroit's better. We said they would be better this year, and they are better. 4-3 against the Red Wings. They lost 4-3 to the Coyotes, and then 4-3 to the Arizona Panthers. All right, so 1-goal games. Look at that. New Jersey involved in 1-goal games, and they're a home favorite tonight, right? Let me see. New Jersey. Oh no, the Islanders are. I got to check out my stats so far this year. Home favorites off a 1-goal loss. Got to check that out after the show. 2.8 to 2.7. The over-under at 5.51. Give me New Jersey tonight over the Islanders. And that's
the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Stone Cold, let's get to the 80% Club Stats. The 80% Club Stats brought to you by the Rain Report. Folks, you can get the Rain Report each and every day right here at ATS Stats.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
It's not silly, because we are talking about the 80% Club Stats, and the Kansas City Chiefs are 14-1 as the home team, and the total is 49 the last 7 years. You got the under for the Eagles as a home team during Week 7 since 1996. So that's an interesting stat, right? Is it going to be, I'm taking that pick because of that? No, it's just an indicator. So the under 13-1 for the Eagles as a home team in Week 7. The under 12-1 for the Giants as a pick 'em to +3 home underdog as a home team the last 7 years. The 49ers 10-1 as a 3.5, 6 away favorite, coming off an ATS loss since 1996. And one more for the road. 2 to get ready. Go, go, go. The Rams 13-2 as a home team, coming off an NFC West division opponent the last 5 seasons. Those are the Ram Report. And folks, there's more stats and trends you can shake a stick at right here. Go to the dashboard. Go to the old 80% Club Stats right here in Ron's favorites. Go to NFL and go right here and get all the stats and trends, the old 80% Club Stats. And we do have a lot of them. In fact, look at this one. San Francisco road favorite during week 48, and they scored 17 points or less for last game. 12-3 straight up and against the number. And look at all these stats and trends. And you can get more of them by going to the website, atsstats.com. And did you know the under is 8-2 for the Steelers, the road team, when the totals 41.5 to 44 the last 5 years. And again, more stats and trends. But just remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. And somebody asked me about the CFL. Let's go to the Canadian Football League. I'm a big CFL guy, and I got to do a solid here for my my Canadian Football League friends. And let's go to the game starting tonight in British Columbia. The BC Lions hosting the Calgary Stampeders. BC an 8.5-point home favorite. 49.5 is the total. We're going to lead with the Lions over the Stampeders. 26-21 the over-under at 47.4. BC coming off a 33-30 win in, I think that game, wasn't that game of overtime against Hamilton on a Friday night? That was a great game. Actually, I watched that game. I just don't remember if it was overtime. I thought it was. And then Calgary winning against Saskatchewan, which kept their playoff dreams alive. 26-19 was the final there. The line I had for BC, minus 7.9. You can see it's 8.5. And for the Calgary Stampeders, I had plus 5, and you are getting plus 8. So we got BC winning, but not covering the spread at 26-21. All right, probably the best team in the CFL right now, the Toronto Argonauts, your defending Grey Cup champions, taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders at Mosaic Stadium in Regina. And you can see Toronto coming in a 9.5-point favorite, 15.5 is the total. We're going to lean with the Argos in this one, and the forecast 28-18, the over-under to land on. Let me see here, 46.8. And let me see if there's a line here on that game. All right, so I got to update this line here. I thought the line wasn't in on the beginning of the week. First, I said 10.5. I said, no, you know what? It could be 9.5. But the bookmakers got 12.5. So we got Winnipeg winning 26-20. The over-under at 47.4. And the line of that game, minus 12.5 for Winnipeg. 50.5 is the total. And we do have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers winning by 6. And Edmonton on a 3-game losing streak, while the Blue Bombers winning their last game. They've been off for 2 weeks now, so you're going to give me Winnipeg on a bye week, and they're 12-4 in the year. This could be a blowout tonight in Winnipeg. All right, there you have it. That is the Raymond Report show today for a football-friendly Friday. Today is Friday, October 20th. And if you did enjoy the show, make sure you hit that like button. And let me see if I still got all the questions out there. Big Seahawks this week, says Steph. Colts plus 3.5. Remember, I said that first, says Steph. All right, I got you, Steph. Rangers had the roof open for game number 4. 90 degrees in Arlington today. If they have the roof closed, could be a lower scoring game, says Scott. Good point right there. And Daryl Turner, his other brother Daryl, likes the BC Lions money line and the under. All right, folks, there you have it. That is the Rem Report today for, again, October 20th. Have yourself a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday with Gil Melendez. And you know what? Starting next Tuesday, we're going to start handicapping the National Basketball Association. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back on Monday with another edition of the Rem Report. Cheers.
Again, everybody, Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Look over there,